Into the final rounds of games we go now over in the World Cup with Curaçao still in the mixer, of course, but standing in the way is the Côte d'Ivoire. That's right, who of course will get through, who of course will go home. We'll get into that and much more next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we take a look ahead to the Group F encounter between Curaçao and Ivory Coast. That's right, both nations still in with a shot for the round of 32. Who, of course, will get it, who won't? We'll get into all of that in just a second. If you know where you've been again, smash your subscribe. You want to show for Blackburn Rovers World Cup previews. That's right. We're previewing this game, of course, coming at you over in Philadelphia. Goodness gracious me. We'll get to that in a minute. Big shout out to my members. Big shout out to my patrons. Big shout out to you. That's right. Can we get 48 likes for this video? A like for each and every one of the nations to take part at this World Cup, despite we are losing some nations game by game, day by day. But can we get 48 likes for each and every one of the nations that did take part in this World Cup? So let's get into it then, shall we? Of course, looking forward to this game. Match day number 3 in Group F, 25th of June. Of course, all eyes on the prize. That is, of course, qualification. We already know about Germany. But of course, now, of course, who will join them from this group with Curaçao, Ivory Coast, and Ecuador still in the mixer to qualify. But Curaçao coming into this on the 27% form. They did pick up a monumental point, bounce back point, following on from that opening day defeat against the Germans. As for the Côte d'Ivoire, losing at the last gasp against Germany, following on from their opening day victory against Ecuador. Of course, both sides still in with a chance. But let's take a look then at this match coming at you on the 25th of June at Philadelphia Stadium. Of course, we'll remind ourselves how Curaçao got to this stage. They qualified as CONCACAF third round Group B winners, securing the spot on the 18th of November 2025. They've been here one time in the past, and this is their debut. Of course, they've never made it out of the groups. Fred Rutten was the man in charge in the interim, but now, of course, the big dick is here. Big Dick Advocat taking over the reins as he did to get them to the stage. Fred Rutten, of course, coming in last gasp to kind of steady the ship a little bit, but I think an emergency call was made. Dick Advocat came back. His personal situation's cleared up. And now he's here to kind of turn Curaçao into gate crashers for the round of 32. They can do it. They are captained by Leonardo Bacuna. Their VIP is their brother. Leonardo is Juninho. And of course, they're ranked 82nd in the world rankings right now. They were odds of 3,001 to lift the trophy at the end of this competition. They still have a mathematical chance, but it's like 25,000 to 1, so got realistically no chance whatsoever. But they're still in it, and right, there's still a chance. There was still a chance to at least get to the next round. Eloy Room's been fantastic in the last game, bounced back from that 7-1 drumming with an absolute clean sheet against Ecuador, who are, of course, remember, second place finishers in the CONBL. They're joined by the likes of Sharandi Shambo at the back, Joshua Brené, Cheryl Florenus. Into midfield, the likes of Leonardo and Jorginho, the Bacunas. The Bacuna brothers are here. Ramatato as well could start this game. As for the attacking line, the lines of Kenji Gore there. We've got Gel Margarita, Jeremy Antonesi, and Tahiti Chong, of course, looked lively in his match as well against Ecuador as well. Coming into this then, shall we? We could see a lineup like this with a 4-3-3. Eloy Room again will be there. Of course, they have to have him. They've got to stand any chance. With Florenus at the back there, Van Ijma, Gal, and Sambo. Into midfield, the likes of Ramato, Comensina, Bacuna on the right-hand side of a 3-man midfield. Antonese, Junior Bacuna, Tahiti Chong leading the charge for the Curaçao nation. As for their opposition, Côte d'Ivoire coming at you as the Group F winners over in Africa, securing their spot on the 14th of October 2025. This is their fourth tournament. 2014 was the last. They've never made it out of the group stages. They are ever so close to getting out of the group stages, and this is a nation you do not want to face. They've got some power, they've got some pace, they've got some youth, energy. They're going to be awkward. They're an awkward team, and Germany found that out, but of course they managed to crack them in the end. They're managed by MSA Faye, captained by Frank Kessie, the VIP being Amad Diallo. They're ranked 34th in the world rankings at the moment. They had odds 150 to 1 to lift the trophy at the end of it. They're around about 100 to 1 now, kind of shortened the odds a little bit. I did expect them to make the round of 16, so they could still do that, but they've got to get to the round of 32 first. And of course, they're looking at these guys to do just that. The Fafana between the sticks, like Kuanasu at the back there, Singo, with Ivan Nindika as well on the books of Roma. Into midfield, the likes of Frank Kessie, Jean-Michel Seri, the veteran, and of course more young youth in the likes of Ibrahim Sangari. Up top, the likes of Pepe, we got the Yan Diamande, of course, the guy from down the road here, Ola Yuli, and of course Amad Diallo, Ivan Gisand, of course. Now, they've got some good options across the board, especially in those attacking lines. Looking at the formation here with the 4-3-3, the likely to see Fofana remain in between the sticks. Conan, Kuosanu, Indika, Doué to make it up a back four. Kessie, Sangari, Ualu as well. With Demandi on the left, Diallo on the right, Diakake down the middle. That's, of course, what we can expect, but of course we don't know. But what we do know is, Eddie, I think there's somebody at the door. Who is it?
Somebody at the door. Oh my. Who could it be? Wow. 3 packages from Fanatics. Unbelievable.
Thanks again, Fanatics, for hooking me up with these lovely looking shirts. Each and every one of these and much more are available at the Black Road Seas storefront. Link should have been at the bottom of the screen there, also in the description down below. But back to you, Doug, at the studio. Quick reminder of the group situation in Group E then, shall we? Of course, Germany secured the bag, top spot. They, of course, cannot be dethroned in that regards. Meanwhile, it is wide open for that second place with all possibilities on the agenda. Curaçao could be second place. That's right. They would need to beat Ivory Coast, and they would need Germany to beat Ecuador. That will keep Curaçao into second place. As for the third place, again, a win for... Well, Curaçao could only finish second. They cannot finish third, it doesn't look like. A draw could finish in third, in fact, but realistically, 2 points ain't going to be enough to qualify. Meanwhile, while this game is going ahead, Ecuador will take on Germany. Of course, with, yeah, again, everything on possibilities that's still up for grabs in regards to these two nations. As for the match itself, coming at you here now. They have not played each other, these two sides, which is understandable. Of course, the squad valuations, though, 25 million euros for that of Curaçao, with an average age of 28.1. Quite an old squad compared to that of Ivory Coast. So I think have the youngest squad with 25.9. The valuation is around about $500 million. So pretty good quality in regards to these players. The win index favours Ivory Coast 83%. The draws at 11. Curaçao just a 6. As for the predictions before we even kicked the ball, Germany were expected to win this group, with Ecuador in second, Ivory Coast in quick fire third, Curaçao outsiders was the expectation. Now, there is a scenario here that Curaçao actually make it to the round 32. And if they do, they would likely take on the Mexicans in this simulation here, with a 39% chance if they are to finish in third place. As for Côte d'Ivoire, realistically, they are shooting for that second place. And if they are to do so, they're likely to take on the Norwegian Vikings, Haaland and co, in what would be an absolutely tasty match. And a game I could not call. If you ask me right here, right now, I don't know which way I would go. But also there's a possibility of France or Senegal. And again, you could have a nice African battle there if Senegal were to squeak into second place in that regard. As for this game and this game alone, of course, Ivory Coast is backed by you guys. Of course, the vote is quite fresh. Make sure you stop by the channel and smash your vote in there. 81% of you are thinking Ivory Coast. Curaçao, 15%. The draw's at 4. What about me then? Well, I'm coming into this here and now. Of course, Curaçao were good defensively yesterday, and they even caused a few problems to Ecuador to showcase you that they weren't here just for the ride. But Ivory Coast have got pace. They've got creativity. There's something about them right now. I just think at the end of the day, Ivory Coast will break down this Curaçao nation. Don't get me wrong, I will be cheering on Curaçao because you've got to back the underdog. Of course you do, but they're not going to do it, are they? If I'm going to be a betting man, I'm going to have to bet for Ivory Coast to win this game 3-0. They know where the back of the net is. They've made it back-to-back games now, scoring goals. Ecuador are a different matter. They just have a little bit of lack of confidence. The defensive area of their game is sound. It's just but anyway, this game, I think Ivory Coast should be okay with the 3 points with these 3 goals. Well, there you have it, folks. There you bloody have it. That, of course, is my prediction. Let me know yours, of course, in the comments. The best and the worst will be featured in the review show when, of course, we come back to talk about this result. Of course, if you want to look at some other predictions made by myself at the channel, we've got the cat prediction. We've also got the ones made by a bunch of ping pong balls. Make sure you check those out as well. Links should be on the screen right about now. But until then, subscribe, smash the like. Catch you later. We're done.